Guys, your potential is always there. You just have to uncover your potential by actually doing the things which will lead you to uncovering. And so most of you guys give up before you even try, and you self-sabotage yourself because your self-talk isn't there. You have to understand that it begins with doing. It begins with starting. And until you actually start, you'll never actually uncover the gold within you. And so you have to understand that the gold and the diamonds is already within you, and you have to actually take action to finding that by doing what you know you need to do, the habits, the quality of assurance of which you choose to be, to become the quality instead of to wait for a bus that's never going to show the fuck up. Most people, they wait for a bus that never shows up. They expect the world to give them the quality they feel entitled and feel that they deserve, but when it comes down to the work they must provide to themselves and to reassure to life the quality of their own worth, well, then they fail to show up. And so you have to recognize that the quality you seek out of life is a direct reflection of the quality of your behavior. And until you can actually comprehend that, and until you can actually fathom what that means for your trajectory of life, to actually be aware of the way you behave, to be aware of the micro things you do which can set you apart in a good or negative way, in a positive or negative light. And so it's your choice and it's your responsibility, because with more power comes more responsibility, and the more power you have, the more responsible you'll need to be. And so responsibility is truly a matter of ethics, and until you can actually become the ethic, become the superior demonstration of the ethic, to show up for yourself in the higher manner, and to understand that the mistakes you make isn't the end. The end is if you choose to give up. But here we don't fucking give up. Here we truly reflect upon ourselves, and we integrate these lessons to create a better character, to sustain a better life, to allow ourselves to grow with insight and clarity, and to allow ourselves to be more aware and more vigilant of the way we behave, the way we interact with people, with life. Because we have to understand that we all have relationships with life, and the quality of your life is going to be a direct reflection and a byproduct of your relationship with life. And so if you want a positive relationship with life, you need a positive relationship to yourself, because you are life. You are living life as life, and the reflection of the quality of life is a direct byproduct of the quality of the care and the maintenance and the protection even of yourself, to protect yourself from negativity, to protect your perception, to choose to be that positive individual, to not indulge in the vices, to not act upon that temptation, and to allow yourself to actually truly grow within the light, to allow your plant to grow in the sun, to become your sun, to become your emanation of light, to become your emanation of life, and to allow these things to create a trajectory of your life which is best beneficial for yourself. And so we can sit here and we can play all these myopic games, but at the core root, the distinguishment of the quality of life is a direct byproduct of the quality of individual. And so the more you can reflect upon yourself, to sit there and to truly think about the way you behave, to truly think about the way you interact with life, the way you interact with yourself, to allow these things to change and to integrate the broken aspects of yourself to create something more whole, to allow the fragmented aspects of yourself to integrate into something more perfect. You have to understand that it's a perfect. How much times are you going to encounter the same mistake, and how much times are you going to allow this to break you? Now, the realist to the real instantly adapt. The moment they encounter a problem, they instantly adapt to the individual, to become the individual, to evolve. It's an evolutionary path to evolve into the individual who can be adept and to analyze themselves, and to critically analyze themselves, and to critically reflect upon themselves, and to understand that the way they behave is a direct reflection of their life. And so your behavior is a reflection of your habits. And so if you're going to indulge in the porn, if you're going to indulge in the temptation, well, these things are going to create your character, which is going to reflect a negative life because you're putting your energy into negativity. And so it begins with the habits, to write down all your habits truly, and to set apart what is keeping you down and what is bringing you up, and to remove everything that is keeping you down and to amplify everything that is keeping you up, to add and to surplus everything that is keeping you up. And it's truly the positive things in your life which keep you going. And so the more positive you can add, the more momentum you'll compound. The more you'll compound like a snowball effect, the more you'll roll down the hill and accumulate momentum. The heavier your snowball, the heavier the effect. And so it's all about creating an effect. But you can't create an effect if you are the effect. Cause and effect. If your causality is prone to defiance and egotism, well, you're never going to be an egoist. And so the difference between an egotist and an egoist is that the egoist can truly reflect upon their self, to look at themselves from outside of themselves, to see themselves from above, and the egotist can only see what is prone to their ego. So to not reflect, to be arrogant, to lie to themselves out of the truth, which is truly going to allow them to be a distinguished character, to be a higher quality individual, to love themselves, to truly allow the work to reflect upon and to reflect into and to emanate through their life, through them, through the animations they choose to animate, by being responsible for the way they behave in reality. And so it's that fucking simple. Peace.